Hey guys, this is Anastasia, and I wanted to get some videos going for Cernunnos. About a year or so ago, I think it might have been longer, I did a video on my relationship with Cernunnos thus far. And I realized I never really updated it since then. And I've had people actually say, I'd love to hear more about your experiences with your deities, and could you talk more about them and what you do and blah blah blah. And Cernunnos I'm totally down with. Cernunnos is okay with me discussing our journey and kind of some deeper lessons that he's taught me. Hell, I haven't gotten the go-ahead from yet, so I'm holding off on that. But what I'm going to do is just make videos concerning different lessons that he has taught me, and when she opens up a bit more, if she opens up a bit more, I'll extend it to her as well. But for right now, and Aphrodite I just started working with in my practice as well, so we'll see what that journey brings. But for right now, Cernunnos, I have the okay, so yeah. Instead of trying to lump everything into one huge long video, I've been struggling a bit with my computer, so I'm going to try to keep every video down to 15 minutes again. So if my computer won't upload it, I can put it on my iPhone and upload it there, and then the cover picture will just be some pretty interesting shots of me with my eyes closed or looking up or my tongue hanging out or Cernunnos knows what. But yeah. Anyway, the first lesson I really wanted to talk about was the balance that I have learned from Cernunnos. And that's a little odd because I'm sure it may sound a little odd because my matron, Hell, that is her domain. She is all about the balance and helping show others the balance and really understanding the balance. So far, and I feel okay divulging this, so far that balance that she has shown me has really been a bigger picture kind of balance. When I'm feeling a bit sorry for myself, and I'm starting to feel like, oh, life's so unfair to me, and this, that, and the other thing, because yeah, I am very ashamed to admit it and embarrassed to admit it, but yeah, I have those moments. I struggle. I mean, I'm sure you get it, since I'm hating that lately. A lot of my videos have been like, oh, I'm really struggling with this, I'm really struggling with that, but that's sometimes what needs to be said. But I have those moments where I can't seem to get past my own shadow, and she is very quick to remind me that my shadow is not the end all or be all, and she helps me see the forest through the trees, and that's something that's insanely helpful and needed, and I'm very grateful for that lesson. But seeing the big picture is something that is a little standoffish. It's a little away from things, if that makes sense, and I hope that does. Cernunnos' balance is much more intimate. What I mean by that is, well, first off, there is nothing about Cernunnos that is not intimate. And yes, take that any way you feel like it. He is a god of life. He is a god of light. He is a god of, yes, sexuality and sensuality, because they are two very different things. But he is also a god of dark. He does have that other aspect where he goes from kind of being the embodiment of Beltane, all about fertility and life and love and let's do this, to kind of this darker hunter that has to kind of go around and bring these lost souls to the underworld, to the next realm. And in that aspect, in those two aspects, it's very easy to say he's a dual god, and he's a god of life, but he's also an underworld god, or can be seen that way. It's very easy to give him those titles and give him those aspects. It is a completely different thing to understand that, and I don't know that I will ever fully understand that. But what I can say I am learning, because this is still very much a learning thing, I'm not there yet, but what I'm learning is that probably far longer than I will ever be able to know, Cernunnos has celebrated every accomplishment I've had. He has been there for every role that I've gotten in when I used to do theater. He was there for every singing award. He was there for every A I got on a paper. He was there for every birthday. Every time I had just a brilliant moment, whether I let myself admit it or not, that I've done something well, because I think that's something we all struggle with, is letting ourselves have brilliant moments. For myself, I tend to worry if I say, I did this and I'm very proud of it, that will be taken as, oh, she's full of herself, oh, she's arrogant, oh, she's conceited. Or looking at that thing that I have accomplished and judging it and diminishing its value. And that fear has stunted me to the point where I dismiss my own abilities. And Cernunnos has definitely shown me in this lighter aspect of his, and also in his darker. I would say he has just shown me. There we go. Let's just keep it all one. He has definitely shown me that, no, fuck it. When you do something well, if you are proud of something, sweetie, you get on that rooftop and you sing it. You just let it out. Ring the bell. Let everyone know that you have done something and you have done it well and you are proud of yourself. Because we have every right to be proud of ourselves. Don't let anyone else have that power over you, where they take away your joy and your pride. Because yes, pride can turn into an ugly thing. Don't get me wrong, I'm aware. But it is something that should be celebrated, as well as guarded from, in some cases, if it gets to be that level. But if you get a raise at work, you should be proud, and you should take pride in that, and you should be able to be excited about that. If you get a new car, I mean, yes, materialistic things are kind of what's coming to mind, but if you discover a new gift, it could be for your mundane, could be for your spiritual, whatever. You discover a new talent, a new ability. Don't hide that. I mean, I get not telling everyone if it's something that may be a little witchy. Because we don't all want to come out of the broom closets. We don't all want to let our freak flag fly all the time. But we should never be ashamed of what we can do. And especially what we can do well. Because every time you have that moment, Cernunnos is smiling. He is an energy that takes great pride and joy in every life and every step of that life. And that's where the darker side kind of comes in. Because just as he is there to celebrate every moment, he is also there to mourn every moment. How he showed me was simply putting it to me this way. How would you feel if you were a god or an energy or a being? Being is the right word. How would you feel if you were a being that celebrated every joy, every failure, every aspect of your life, every aspect of someone's life? You were there for them. And then suddenly, that life ends. And now it is your job to hunt them and bring them to the underworld. Hunting them is not necessarily hunting them, but at least that's what he has informed me. But you still have taken great joy in this life, and now you are the one that must bring it to the underworld. He is a god who sits with you when you are experiencing a great loss and holds you and tells you you'll get through it. He is an energy that understands both dark and light within you, because he has dark and light within him. He is someone who understands the need for killing, but also the price of a life in terms of animals and such. He understands, but it still hurts. When it was laid out for me that way, and I started to really think and reflect on my own life, because he did, and I'm terrified of death. I've said that in a million videos, but I am horrified of it. And he has told me, for instance, when it is your time to meet your end, I will be the one that is holding your hand every step of the way to the next journey. And I can't imagine that. I can't imagine being someone who, well, I guess I can, because that's how I feel for my daughter. I am there for my daughter, for every joy, for every accomplishment. And just as she is proud of herself, I am equally, if not more so, proud of her. And when she is hurt, when she has felt loss, just as I feel that joy for her and pride for her when something goes well, I feel that pain and that loss for her when something goes awry. That is the kind of balance that Cernunnos teaches. To, yes, celebrate the light. Celebrate life and vitality and fertility, because, sweetie, we only got one. This is our life experience. This is it. You know, even if you believe in reincarnation, that's another life. So, in this life, this is it. Take it by the reins and enjoy every fucking minute. But when that hard time comes, and it will come because it comes for us all, are you going to be someone who shies from it? Someone who backs away because they don't know how to deal with it? Are you going to stand up and hit it head on? if I'm honest, there are going to be a lot of hard times that I will shy from. I will want to run. And I hope I have someone in my corner, aside from my gods and goddesses, telling me to stand up and face it. It's comforting to know Cernunnos will be there in my hour of greatest fear. Because I don't see my fear of death going away anytime soon. I don't. So, with that acknowledgement, when I die, if what he says is true, and I do trust him, he will be there for me. Every step of the way. What kind of love is that? What kind of a connection is that? I have had friends that I have sat through and held them in their darkest hour. That is what that is about. And I'm sure we all have. We all have those friends or family members that we look at and we would kill lions for them. We would sit through the darkness into the morning light to try to give them a bit of comfort and a bit of help. We are there to celebrate the good times. We are there to hold them and help them through the bad. That is the balance that Cernunnos teaches. There are going to be dark times. There are going to be dark times for everyone. And as people, as friends, as kindred, we should be prepared and be there to help others through that dark, through that bad. Because we all need a little help. We're all scared of something. And a lot of times we just need someone to hold our hand and lead us every step of the way. Not necessarily do the work for us, but just be there with us. That is the balance that Cernunnos has taught me. To celebrate the good. And to comfort through the bad. Blessed be.